Hi folks, Dick Coughlin, Brother Neuro, Richard Coughlin. My name is Richard James Harris. I'm going to keep this is going to be as real, I want this to be as real as vlog as possible, so I'm using my real name here. My name is Richard James Harris. And I've been on YouTube now for nearly 10 fucking years. And I've been through a lot in that fucking time. Some of it's been amazing, some of it's been, some of it's been, miserable as fuck. Some of it has been, been painful, some of it's been wonderful. But the whole time I was here, the thing that keeps me on here, the thing that always kept me on here was not, it wasn't the the likes or the how many subscribers I necessarily had. The thing that kept me on here is when I get messages from people who don't know me, they've never met me, and they send me these long messages, and it's with this raw honesty, pouring their fucking heart out to me about how my video, just these videos that I upload have effectively changed who they are, and how grateful they are for me for doing that. And there are times when, through my own fault of my own personality, my own nature, I'm a very all or nothing person. I'm someone who doesn't, I'm an addict. I've always been an addict. I don't do things by halves. But I have the, and I respect the, despite the fact I have comparatively, by a lot of people's standards, a very small reach. I respect the fact that view count in the corner of my fucking videos, that's not a status symbol. That each one of them potentially represents an entire one person. And I resent people who come on here who piss and moan about, who don't respect. I've stood in front of a live stage in front of 400 people. Now 400 views on a video is nothing on YouTube, but I know what it's like to stand in that, people. When you get like 1,500 people watching a video, it's like, I try and imagine that there's 1,500 people, there are people on this planet who would love nothing more than to have one fucking person listen to them, and I've got lots of people who want to listen to me, and sometimes when I speak, I say things, it impacts people, and I realize that I've never claimed to be I've certainly never claimed to be someone who, I've always I've always felt uncomfortable with anyone who, I don't mind when people are complimentary for what I do, but I have always had this sense of discomfort when people when people use grandiose and what I would really big words like hero, big influence, you're what, and they describe what I do. I'm not a hero, I'm not, what I do should not be considered brave or something that is is to be admired. This should be, all I do is turn a camera on and speak, and it's amazing the fucking the things that have happened to me. The things that, the things that the power that can have. And I resent it when I see people who don't respect that. When people come on here and they just say whatever the fuck's gonna get them the most, make them the most popular. They say because they're scared of upsetting the fucking, because they're scared of the audience. This audience who they don't know. This audience that defines them. I don't know who said it first. They said I'd rather be hated for what I am than be loved for something I'm not. I don't know who said that, but now, in regards to the recent, first of all, I want to say this. In regards to this recent drama that's been, that's come my way, that I made a video about the other day, and I'm very grateful and I'm thankful for all the positive things. First of all, I don't want anyone to go out and target anyone. I deliberately didn't name anybody in that video. I didn't single anybody out in that video because I didn't want anybody to go to. I also didn't sit there and tell people that that this is that I'm innocent and it's me or them. I didn't force anybody to make a decision. I said this is my side. Now, the fact of the matter is this: it is possible. It's perfectly reasonable that these people who these people who say that they spoke to me and that I made them feel uncomfortable or that I said something inappropriate. It's perfectly possible that they feel that way, and that they're not lying. And it's also possible that at the same time neither am I. The issue, I've never denied. I said in that video, I'm willing to admit and accept. I talk to people, and I'm the same. You ask anyone who talks to me on a regular basis, they'll tell you I'm not like a different person. I'm the same fucking person in my videos that I am that I am when I speak to you in person, and because of that, I'm not to everyone's cup of tea. When the whole stuff happened in 2015 with that first round of bullshit accusations that got levelled my way, one thing I said, I've got to be careful from now on. It taught me that I've got to be careful. I always tell people, whenever I talk to anyone I've never spoken to before, I say from the back, saying, look, I am a complete fucking idiot when it comes to social interaction. I have no I don't know where the fucking line is. If I at any point cross that line or go somewhere, that you feel is uncomfortable, that or makes it feel awkward, please tell me to shut the fuck up and tell me to fuck off, and I will stop. And you can ask people who have spoken to me. There are people who I'm sure will vouch for me on that is what I do, right? I don't want to be a guy who makes mistakes and never learns from them. But I can't learn from them when people don't point them out to me. Right? I'm sure, right? And, and I can handle, discussions like that. When it comes to, but, what I can't deal with is, what I won't fucking concede on any level, right, is, and what I will always stand by is that I have never, ever set out with a malicious, deliberate intent to upset, hurt, or offend. I don't get my rocks off on hurting people. That makes me feel fucking. I'm a guy who fucking. I get depressed if I go out at night when it's been raining and I step on a snail, right? Because I fucking feel bad about it, right? That's the kind of misery. That's the kind of sad fucking sack of shit I am, right? I don't get off on that, and I particularly don't do it because I am. You have no idea how fucking much how lucky, it might seem like I'm in a shit fucking, that sometimes I, Yeah, I live in a you know what? I live in a shithole, but it's my fucking shithole. You know, I don't have a lot of money, but the money I have, I fucking earn, right? And when people talk, you know, last year I was diagnosed with with a degenerative nerve disorder that meant that I could no longer work because I was gradually, slowly losing the feeling in my arms and legs, right? And from that and the only option I had, I'm someone who doesn't like, right? I don't like, you know, I'm someone who doesn't like claiming benefits. If I want to be as, independent as I can be in terms of like earning an income, because I know there are better things for the government to spend taxpayers' money on other than me, right? And the only option I had was doing this. And I made a video and I said to you, I asked, saying, this is my option. If you can help, please do. Right? And you did. You know? And it's not just then, but ever since then, every single time since last year, since June, July last year, every single time I have needed help, you guys have been there. Right? People want to talk about, and anyone wants to talk about me being, being a hero of some kind or an influence. Let me tell you, my heroes are the fucking people. At the moment they are the 165 people on Patreon, and that's not including the people who have been on it before. That's not including the scores of people who have sent me PayPal donations, or the people who have bought some merchandise from me, right? You guys, all of you, and I'm not going to sit here and list you off. It would take fucking it forever, right? You guys are my fucking heroes, because without you, I don't have this. I don't have this little shithole. I don't have a fridge. I don't have a fucking internet connection. I've got nothing. I lose everything. But I've got what little I have got. I've got it because of you. And that means more to me. That is all I fucking want. That to me is, there are people in this world who never ever take a chance to do anything with their lives. They stay in the fucking safe lane. Most people do that. At the end of the day, whatever people may think of me, or whatever fucking people might think of my circumstances, I can sit here and say, I do what I love for a fucking job. Yeah, I don't earn very fucking much. Yes, I'm living fucking hand to mouth sometimes. I'm living from fucking week to week. But you know what? That little that I do have, I do it doing what I love. And I would never ever fucking put that at risk for anything. And if people are sorry, and if people are out there, and you feel that you can tell me. I know it means nothing coming from me, but if you can say it, and I'll tell you I'm sorry, and I'll mean it. Believe me, I do not. There's not one. The only people I like hurting are the people who I respond to in my videos, who I believe fucking deserve it. And I'm sure that this won't end. That this bullshit this stuff will carry on, and I'm sure people will come about and they'll have fucking, they'll have examples of things I've said, or comments I've made in fucking this, that, and the other, in chat logs or in private conversations, and and I have no doubt, but I do not fucking accept any accusation or any claim that I have ever maliciously hurt anyone, and I can't apologise to anyone when I don't know what the fuck I've done wrong. And people can come and tell me, if I have hurt. If you're watching this and there's one of those people, I'm sorry. I genuinely am. This is all I've got, and I would never risk it for like you know, my fucking personal urges, you know, the things that excite me, you know, are, you know, much more simple than harassing innocent women on the internet. I have no desire to do that. And if you ever felt that way, I'm sorry. I genuinely am, and I can't say any more than that. And that's it. And that's it. And I thank you for those of you who have stuck by me. I don't feel I deserve it all the time. And I'm sorry, you know, and I sorry if you ever felt like I've let you down, or if you feel like this is tarnished the way you look at me. Hey, you know, I accept that. I am what I am. I realise I'm, you know, my way of doing things is not the most popular. I'm not everyone's favourite YouTuber, but I'm willing to bet that your favourite YouTuber, you know, I'm the favourite YouTuber of one of your favourite YouTubers. And I just want to carry on and make videos. That's all I want to fucking do. And if I can do that and manage to keep a roof over my fucking head, then I'll be happy from now until the day I die. And that's all I've got to say. Now let's go back to being Dick Coughlin, shall we? Thank you very much. Goodbye.